Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to decode a strategic tool that is, believe it or not, about 4,000 years old. It's this incredible system for mapping energy and possibility, designed to give you a really unique edge when you're making decisions.
Okay, so first things first, let's get one thing straight. This is not about predicting the future. We're not talking about fortune-telling here. This is all about understanding the energetic landscape of a situation. Think of it like a strategic weather report, so you can make smarter, more timely decisions. So where does this whole framework come from? Well, the entire map is built on this ancient and just incredibly elegant mathematical pattern. It's called the Luo Shu square. And honestly, it's the engine that powers everything we're about to get into.
And the origin story is, well, it's pretty legendary. They say that about 4,000 years ago, the great Emperor Yu of China was near the Luo River, and this divine turtle comes out of the water. And on its shell, there was this unique pattern of dots, a pattern that would become the foundation for really complex systems, like the Chi-Men chart you see right here.
So what the emperor saw wasn't just some random design. It was, essentially, a perfect matrix. We now call this 3x3 grid a magic square because it has this incredible built-in sense of harmony and perfect balance. Now here's where the magic really kicks in. The numbers 1 through 9 are laid out in this grid in such a way that no matter which way you add them up, across, down, or diagonally, every single line adds up to the exact same number, 15. This perfect, unwavering balance, that is the absolute key to this whole system.
Okay, so how does a simple grid of numbers turn into a powerful strategy tool? Well, it evolves. Each of those numbers, 1 through 9, corresponds to what's called a palace. And each palace represents a totally different theme, a different element, and a different energy in our lives.
This table right here, this is your master key. Seriously, take a good look. This is the legend for our map. It connects every palace number to an element like water or fire, and a core life theme like career or relationships. This is how we start translating this abstract grid into a practical guide for, real life.
So, for example, let's take a look at Palace 1. It's in the north, and its energy is all about the element of water. So what does that mean? It represents your career, the start of new projects, and the overall flow of your life's path. It's all about that forward momentum.
Now, let's flip that on its head and look at its polar opposite, Palace 9 in the south. This one is pure fire energy. It's bright, it's hot, it's all about visibility, about being seen. This is the energy you want to tap into when you're launching something, going for that promotion, or you just need some public recognition for your work.
Then you've got something like Palace 4 over in the southeast. Its element is wood. And what does wood do? It grows. So this isn't about some sudden lottery win. It's about the steady, gentle progress in accumulation of wealth and assets over time. Like a tree growing ring by ring.
And in the northeast, we find Palace 8. Its energy is earth, which represents a solid, unmoving mountain. This palace is all about stillness, thinking things through, and deep preparation. It's the time for gathering knowledge, not for making a big, bold move.
So, we've got this amazing universal map of energies. That's great. But the big question is, where are you in all of this? And that's where the idea of the user palace comes in.
This is the question that really changes everything. It's what transforms this whole framework from just a cool abstract concept into a deeply personal tool for your own strategy. It's about finding your "you are here" dot on the map. To put it simply, the user palace is your anchor. It's the one spot on the chart that represents you, right here, right now. It becomes the lens that you look through to analyze all the opportunities and challenges in the other 8 palaces.
Now, there are some pretty advanced ways to find your user palace, but the best way to start is just to find the center. Palace 5 is the core of the whole grid. Its element is Earth, which stands for stability and health. So for our purposes, think of this as your default home base, your ground zero for any analysis.
Okay, so you've found your starting point. You're in the center palace. Now what? Well, the final step is to learn how to read the terrain around you, because not all palaces support the same kind of activity.
And this brings us to the core strategic insight of this whole thing. There are no good or bad palaces. There's only right timing and wrong timing. Some palaces, like 1, 3, and 9, are buzzing with active energy. They're telling you it's time to move. Others, like 2, 5, and 8, are about being still. They're your cue to plan and reflect. So let's say you're in the center palace, which is Earth.
And you want to start a new business. That's career, Palace 1, which is water. In the elemental cycle, Earth contains or dams water, so this means your current stable energy might slow down the flow of a new venture. It's not a no, it's a strategic insight. You need to build a really solid foundation first before you can expect that rapid growth to happen. See how that works?
All right, let's do a quick recap. We started with the Luo Shu, that ancient magic square whose perfect balance creates a map for us. We saw how each square on that map is a palace that represents a core part of life. We learned how to find your own starting point by using the center palace, Palace 5. And, most importantly, we saw that the real key to strategy is reading the energy of the other palaces, so you know when it's time to act and when it's much smarter to just plan and be still.
So now you have this foundational framework, this ancient map for modern strategy. The only real question left is, how are you going to use it to navigate your own path? Which direction will you choose to take next?